Okay, so Gail, what's the Compassionate Revolution all about?
So basically, to start off, it's very practical. There's a website where people can come together and pledge collective action. So I'll do it if enough people join me, because together we can do big things. So for example, pledging acts of civil disobedience like the withholding of taxes, or pledging mass meditations, or doing art projects together.
Okay, and what do you want people to do immediately?
The first very simple thing is just to sign up to the website so that we can keep you informed and let you know when there are new pledges on the site. The first pledge on the site is what we call an act of heart. So it's people praying and calling in an act of mindfulness, an act of yoga, whatever speaks to your tradition, and calling for the law of ecocide to be brought in to protect life on Earth. So that's the first pledge you could do, but there will be others coming.
Okay, great. And where did the idea come from for the Compassionate Revolution?
I think I've known for a long time that we need to rise up together and take some action, and 5 years ago I joined the tax justice movement and worked with Tax Justice Network. I'd learned that 45 billion, it's actually now 123 billion, goes uncollected in taxes in the UK every year, and I was outraged, and I felt that the way to protest was to withhold a tiny amount of tax. To say that we believe in paying taxation, but if it's not being done fairly, then a strike is appropriate. But over that time, I've been looking for other people to work with, and it really crystallised through going to the Occupy movement and meeting George Barda, who calls himself a compassionate revolutionary. And I thought it was
only
brilliant.
work to the extent that we are encouraged to identify with in-groups that judge out-groups. In other words, to develop uncompassionate attitudes to the foreigners or poor people, or whichever vulnerable group it is. So the more times are tough, the harder things are, the greater the challenge. The more love and compassion as a means to stay open to people that we're not yet fully connected to and we haven't found a way to share a narrative with. The more we can bring about the change we need to see, and the more we have a constant antidote to that attempt to make people believe that we can't have a change, that we can't bring people together. So that antidote is in our hearts. It's what every single child from day one wants more than anything else. So love is the answer and is the antidote.
It has been my growing realisation of just how radical Stroud has been through the ages. Historically, Stroud was notorious for rioting and for the citizens of Stroud misbehaving. Coming up to the present day, we actually have the incinerator actions that are taking place, and a lot of work to be done by various groups, various actions. And I suspect, if permission is given in the High Court for that particular proposal to go ahead, I suspect that will be the next chapter in the radical history of Stroud. So,
but most importantly, I think it is about what Gail is doing. Actually, it's the Compassionate Revolution, because she's creating the umbrella and she's bringing together a lot of what's happening here, and that's really magnificent. And all the other initiatives such as Transition Stroud and all the other grassroots initiatives. Because you see, this is the thing. Great change always happens out on the margins. And those of you who are permaculturalists will understand that. Value the marginal. Big ideas never happen in the centre of establishment. Big ideas always start out in the margins, and they grow through community action, because communities can move far faster. Establishment has a slower way of moving, a slower momentum. And that's the beauty of it. People here take action and stand up, whether or not they're standing up for their trees, or whether or not they're standing up for the earth, in a million and one different ways. And that's about becoming voices for the earth.